Right, action. They call me a pad man. Got in this one the X-Lite, the Nemo Longbow Alpine, the famous Exped that is not insulated on this rail, which doesn't do too bad in a synthetic sleeping bag. Here we have its replacement, the medium wide Neo Air X-Therm NXT. And a couple years ago I tested a couple Cetus Summits. I've had a Climate, I've had the cheap Thermarest, Scout. Oh yeah, I heard something. But we're working them here. This isn't too bad. I guess Nemo's redone its valve system and insulated it a little more for 2024 here. This is probably, like other people, the consensus, the overall winner. But the valve letting all the air out is definitely nice here. And this one they've redone the valve, and they've made it green, a green one that's insulated all the way. Oh yeah, what's the most comfortable out of these? Well, on the ground, I'd still stick with this Exped. Although in its life it's blown a couple baffles, but they've replaced them and said the new design is good. And I'd get the green one that's not uninsulated here. The green one's insulated all the way across. And oh yeah, I'll show you all something that a lot of people might not notice. It's hard to see on the camera. It's starting to bulge out a little here, and that's a sign of the baffle just starting to go. You know, it could be 2 years or 2 days depending on how you use it. You know, maybe you have it on a rock where there's no give or something, and that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now they've always replaced it for free for me, no questions asked, sent me another one. But that's Exped's. It's a very comfortable mat. Again, the gray one's not insulated on the outside. The square gray one is. I don't know why they chose not to insulate that one. This is pretty nice so far. It's got the quick dump valve. The new one's a little thicker and a little more quite a bit more R value than this. Like, I agree with a lot of people, despite its noise and crinkliness, it doesn't let the air out of it very fast. It's super lightweight, it's super reliable. It's the Thermarest Neo Air series. Then we have the other one, the wide NXT X-Therm, and I'm glad Thermarest listened. I wrote them a letter when I tried their skinny one. I said, hey, you ought to get a wide version like Exped. They did, so I bought it. Alright, so just drawing some conclusions on pads as I pack this one up. Exped's been super nice on the phone. It's super comfortable in the hammock, or rather nice on the emails. But it blows its baffle, and most of all, it was never ever insulated on either side of here. It said medium wide, 26 by 72 or whatever. Well, when you've got 3 inches on either side, that's a lie, in my opinion. It's just, there was never anything like a star by it. Note, this pad is not insulated, and as a younger guy getting into the sport, I gave up $238 and to buy a product that was not insulated on either side, where I'm a medium wide guy and they're giving me a pad that's insulated for a medium skinny guy, or a regular skinny guy with cold spots on the side. But good service. They replaced it, no questions. I just don't know. This is the 3rd time a baffle's starting to work its way loose. I don't know what you do if you're really in the field. I mean, you just carry it around with kind of a weird looking baffle for a while. That's what I did. But eventually, it'll let go, and you have this big balloon right here. Anyway, then we move on to this. I'm just getting into the Nemos. I love the quick release valve. I love the color. They listened. They put more forest friendly colors, and I love them for that. Then the good old reliable down here. Can't say I complain about that yellow Thermarest Neo Air Exped. It's got a medium of the run R value. It's the lightest, and aside from going to something with no insulation at all, and it's reliable. It's a little crinkly. It's not the most comfortable on the ground, but it works. Alright, action. Besides the color, I'm going to show you the number one thing I love about this pad, the Nemo First Light Longbow. And this might be a little difficult because I think Nemo's redesigned its valves since. They aren't the easiest. Oh, it's getting better. Boom. If you just saw me have to deflate that one of the other ones I have, and even these with the wing lock, you gotta squeeze them and they're real slow to deflate. Not real slow, but slow enough. This just all the air's out of it. And it pumps up pretty good with that vortex. I said I'd like to see a little bigger opening so I can shove it back in itself without worried about losing it down there. Make the bag useful that way, or shove a jacket in it or whatever. Alrighty. The Nemo pad is a little tricky to roll up because normally I would just fold it over once, you know, just in half, and then stuff it back in its bag. But it has this little opening. If this opening was, you know, 2 inches or 1.5 inches bigger, I could still stuff, maybe 1 inch. I could get my fist down there and, you know, rescue it if it happened to get lost or swallowed. It does stick in the bag, but I was just afraid to put it all the way in there. Plus, when it's rolled halfway around, it fits in your backpack easier. Alright, yeah. One of the reasons I think the 66-inch Neo Air X-Lite NX, or the X-Lite women's pad is my favorite, is because it doesn't take much to deflate or inflate it because it's small, and it's the lightest, and it has a good R value, and that might be about 5 or 6 reasons. But I would take a different bag that's sealed on the seams a little better, and the valve's a little quirky sometimes pumping it up, but hey, it's not bad. Alrighty, action. I was just commenting, rolling up this Neo Air X-Lite NXT, not NXT. I gotta do another. Alright, just commenting this Neo Air X-Lite Women's 66-inch, my favorite pad. It's reliable, it packs down small, it inflates pretty quick because it's not so big. It's good in the hammock. If I just put my backpack under my head, it's good on the ground. It slips into the pad sleeve easy on the big Agnes. And if I said anything to degrade it, I might be that this bag leaks around the seams a little bit, and this valve doesn't have quite the rapid release of a couple others, and it gets a little quirky, slips around trying to inflate it sometimes. But I'm being picky. This overall women's, it's a little higher R value, I think a 5.4 compared to a 4.9, and the man's, it supplements a hammock well with its mummy shape and not overly huge size. I could go on and on with this pad. Alright, what's my go-to on the ground so far? I think it's going to end up this Thermarest Neo Air X Therm NXT. Insulated all the way, medium wide, insulated all the way across. At least I can say I made comments to Thermarest about getting the medium wide version, and they listened. It's got a good 70 denier, some sort of sturdy nylon on the bottom, and in all honesty, it weighs, I mean, almost as less weight as most of the other pads I have. I mean, it definitely sails underneath the Exped one by far, which keeps getting bad baffles. So there you have it. The Nemo is skinny. If you like skinny, that's cool. It's lightweight. It lets the air out fast. It's just still being tested. One more thing checking on the Shenzhen hammock. I'm just calling that, pardon if I butcher the name, I don't know. It's got a little pocket there, and I really like that. Throw my socks in or whatever, so that gives me 2 pockets. This one and that one, you know, I can drop my phone in that one and my socks in that one. I never put anything too heavy in them, but you know, you look for these, and that's a selling point. Some have the pockets, some don't. I would take another foot in length, and like I said, I got it rigged pretty slick with the Dutch hooks and the quick adjusters to raise the net, and the thing that the stuff that the sticks can stick in to spread the net out of the way. Oh yeah. Alrighty, yeah. Just a point I'm making. This is actually was scheduled to go back to Big Agnes because it kind of got compromised. The down real easy, smells like duck down, but the down packs enormously better than the synthetic. I was like going out the other night for a quick little camping trip to just staying, I don't know, locally. And I packed these same two items, a pair of hot chilies and a shirt, a sleeping pad. And here, that I had the synthetic 15 down there, and I could barely close the bag. There's probably almost 1 or 2 liters of space. You know, you get a hammock, some straps, something else up in there, and still roll top the bag closed and be all good. And that's with the 0 Fahrenheit down. The Thermarest pad, the Magma sleeping bag, and the lightweight incubator, just for some extra fun and comfort. Let me get some lights on this thing. There it is. Not too bad. Should be pretty good tonight. Oh yeah, here it. I forgot where we are. Where were we? Alto Pass, Illinois. Nice. Action lights. Alright, I'll show you guys the setup. My hammock rain fly so I can get down with my knees. I got my backpack there. And my ditty bag with change clothes and stuff. Get my hat on. Yeah, pretty nice down here. Here in the southern Illinois. Near the Garden of the Gods. Got all these cool caves and caverns and rocky outcrops like this. It's an honor to be able to be staying underneath here. I feel like somebody from like 10,000 years ago. Slide on out, kind of see what it is, and all these big, huge. Like there's a rock almost ready to fall. You know, you hope it doesn't fall. Yeah, pretty cool fire. I'm gonna feed the fire a little bit and just enjoy it for a little bit here. And oh yeah, 2024. Yeah, look at that. Look at that setup. Action. Chugga 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 chugga. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait. Oh, this is a hammock. Beautiful night here. The moon is out bright. And I'm in the Big Agnes Daisy May 0 Fahrenheit. Size large woman's sleeping bag here. Really nice. A little bit more shoulder girth than my Magma. It just kind of fit the dimensions and it was on sale. I kind of felt like getting out of the hammock. On the woman's had the zipper on the right side. There's a couple areas I like using the zipper on the right side. A lot of mine lately had the zipper on the left. But anyway, yeah, just cruising here. I think we're at -2 or something. So I really like its foot box. It feels really good. It was easy to get into in the hammock here because it's mated to its pad. So like if I want to twist and just lay more in the fetal position or on my side or whatever, it's not a big deal. The quilt doesn't get all twisted. And as I test this, one of the big things I'm going to be looking for is when I am on my side and my knees or my rear end or my thighs are kind of pressing against the sleeping bag. In my Magma, that's where I would get my cold spots because it just was a little bit smaller and more compact of a mummy bag. And I'm just going to be looking at, and trust me, if I put my 40 Fahrenheit quilt in that Magma, that sucker's a volcano. That's good and toasty. But I would like to get away from just having to carry around a second quilt in the middle of the winter to always have to shove in my sleeping bag. I'd like to start getting my sleeping bags down there. And for a couple $100 on sale, thank you, Big Agnes. I've been looking at Anvil Horn, Daisy May, Lost Dog. A lot of good gear out of Big Agnes. I started the Buffalo Park. Great sleeping bag. Used it a couple years. Had the big long sleeve. You got to shove the pad all the way down. But At 40 Fahrenheit, I'd take that sucker down to like 27 Fahrenheit. Little cold in the butt, but no problems. Know what I mean, eh? Oh yeah, the Daisy May. Alright, action, we're rolling. A little backup footage. Some lights. Where is he? Well, I'm kind of staying underneath a rocky outcrop. I'd like to think of it as a cave. I've always wanted to stay in somewhere like this. Get my pack here. It's underneath this side. The Thermarest. The REI Magma on top of my hammock rainfly. It's just a bunch of really loose leaves. There weren't any really sticks or anything down there. Oh, what happens if it rains really hard? I suppose a waterfall comes down through there. Maybe my hammock or my sleep system will be alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I always wanted to stay underneath one of these things. Glad there's no scorpions, for the most part, in southern Illinois. Some cobwebs. A little bit of moisture trickling through the cave, or the ledge. Hopefully this is not its day to fall down or something. Knock on cave. Don't fall down, Mr. Cave. I am sleeping under you.